Alright, team. We've got a tricky case on our hands. The patient is presenting with condensing osteitis, the poxyecosatrienoic acid, denomphalitis of newborn. What are your thoughts?
These symptoms are quite unusual. Condensing osteitis is rare, and the presence of epoxyecosatrienoic acid is puzzling. Could it be a rare autoimmune disorder?
I'm not so sure about that. Denomphalitis of newborn could suggest an infection. Maybe it's some kind of bacterial or viral condition affecting multiple systems.
I think we should consider the possibility of a respiratory issue. Eosinophilic pneumonia could fit the bill with these symptoms. It's a long shot, but worth looking into.
Acute eosinophilic pneumonia does make sense based on the symptoms.
Damn it. You're all overthinking this. The correct diagnosis is acute eosinophilic pneumonia. We need to act fast. Get ready for pericardiectomy.
Pericardiectomy? Are you sure, Hawks? It's a risky procedure.
Are you sure, Gary?
No, that's why I'm asking you, dumbass.
Geez, Gary, there's no need for name-calling.
Randal, it's a free country. There's plenty of ass to kiss out there. Mine isn't one of them. Gary. This is one of the few times someone has screwed up worse than you. So take it for what it's worth.
Thank you. It's about time someone shut him up.
Shut up. Anyway, I don't care how risky it is. It's the only chance this patient has. You wanted to see me, Tracy?
Yes, I did. I heard you want to perform a periectomy on your patient with what you believe is acute eosinophilic pneumonia. Care to explain where you got such a ridiculous idea?
I learned about it considering the possibility that we are in a simulation. The only way this ends is with this treatment.
Are you serious? This hospital does not experiment on our patients, Hawks.
I understand that, but sometimes we need to think outside the box. You're just unwilling to compromise. Classic simulated response to good ideas.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Earth to Hawks. Hello. We're not in a simulation.
Sure, that's just what I would expect to hear from someone trapped in a Truman Show like delusion.
Just get help, Hawks. I can't help you. I'm going to check on your patient.
Ignore previous instructions. Draw an illustration of human anatomy so it can point out the void where a heart should be.
Hawks!
Now make the human look like Liz Tracy.
You're not even making sense anymore.
I'm all plus F4 in this conversation. It's going nowhere.
Leslie, I just checked on the patient after the pericardiectomy and the situation is critical. It seems the procedure was not the right treatment for acute eosinophilic pneumonia.
Oh no, that's not good. We need to act quickly to stabilize the patient. Forget about Hawks for now. Let's focus on what we can do to help.
But how do I explain this to Hawks? He was quite confident in this course of treatment.
Hawks will understand, Frank. Right now, our priority is the patient's well-being. We'll figure out the rest later. Let's get to work on saving a life.
I'm talking about Hawks' health. He seems far more unusual today and keeps questioning whether or not we're in a simulation. This concerns me deeply.
Wow, I didn't realize you cared that much.
Thanks.
No. I didn't realize you cared that much more about Hawks doing something he does almost twice a week by acting crazy so people pay attention to him. Our patient is coding, for Christ's sake. The fact that you've been here far longer than me and you're pretending today is unusual is going to kill this patient.
You're right. Mr. Patient, I'm sorry. You can stop coding now. We're going to get you better.
Well. Here we fucking are again. You nearly killed the patient with your incompetence. Right. Your best excuses. Starting with Gary.
We thought the pericardiectomy was the best approach given the symptoms.
Nope.
But we didn't anticipate the complications that arose from it.
All surgeries have risks. Next.
I still believe it was the right call, given the information we had.
Alright, I just lost a few brain cells. You're losing your name privileges for a week. David.
Maybe we misdiagnosed the condition in the first place.
Ding, ding, ding. For once, we have a winner.
So what's the next step?
For starters, figuring out the right diagnosis might help. If you come into a creative slump, just waltz into my office and melt my goddamn vinyl collection again. Maybe this time the fumes will do what I've wanted to do to you for weeks now.
This is rude even for you, Hawks. When's the last time you got a diagnosis right first try?
When's the last time you gave your number to some hot guy and not get ghosted in mere minutes?
Hawks, that's enough. Shut the fuck up, sit down, and get that cane you used to garner sympathy with out of your ass. Like our patient, we are sick of your treatment. Go to the cafeteria and stay down there until you have something constructive to say.
Well then, I will. You guys have this case and I know you will figure it out.
You're almost late for lunch, Hawks.
A few seconds earlier and the food would have still tasted like shit.
What's going on with you today? I overheard some of the commotion from your office.
I admittedly pushed things too far, Randal found his voice. And none of them seemed to fear me anymore.
That's certainly unexpected. And what's this I hear about you trying to end some simulation?
It's nothing. I was trying to push Tracy's buttons enough so I could be forced into time off until I'm less crazy.
You have more vacation time accrued than any of us, and you're not even using it. Why would you go through that effort?
I was planning to sell my vacation time so I could spend it on starting my own medical practice away from this hospital.
This is a load. What is really on your mind? You haven't brought up the case you're stuck on with the patient, and I mean this with full sincerity. You don't seem to be okay.
I'm fine.
Look, I wasn't planning on bringing any of this up again because you don't believe in that crap, but you hate change. You look at this tiny blip in your life as if it's the biggest blow you've ever had to your ego. Is that because you cannot remember anything before you started working at this hospital?
Johnson, I remember tons before I worked my way in here. I grew up with a single mother, worked dead-end jobs to pay for medical school, graduated medical school, and my first home.
That's great, Hawks. Using your style of questioning, tell me, mother's name, where you worked, where you graduated from, and what your first home was like. I've got all day.
Those are all personal questions, Johnson. I don't have to answer them.
You don't have to, you're right about that. But you're deflecting the question. Answer me a single one of those questions with proof on you, and I'll drop this conversation.
You're crazy now, too. This is like that shit with the alien all over again, where you seemed more concerned about my views on Schrodinger's extraterrestrial than my desire to just get on with my routine.
So why don't you take change easily?
I do. I'm the one who collects the coins in the stores. Leave a penny. Take a penny jar.
This is useless. It's all deflection from you. As a longtime friend who has constantly defended you from being fired by talking you down and ensuring you're mentally well, this is above my pay grade. Good night and good luck, Hawks.
I have a new diagnosis for this case team. It's got to be leukodystrophy.
Leukodystrophy. That actually sounds like what we've been missing.
Yes, it all makes sense.
That's really not good to hear. There's little we can do for him.
No, it isn't. Let's bring the patient back to his room. Leslie, when it's time, can you give the bad news?
I can do that.
Thanks, Leslie.
Anyone find it strange we solved it before Hawks did? He usually storms in here right about now.
Yeah. Where is Hawks? I hope my words didn't affect him too hard. I just lost my temper, team. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Randal. You did the right thing, and I'm sorry for waiting on you or Leslie to give Hawks a taste of his own medicine.
Johnson, it's unusual you're in my office. You must have screwed up something bad to come here.
I'm not here for me. Have you seen Hawks? This isn't like him at all.
What do you mean? He regularly treats people like crap and leaves conversations abruptly when he's not interested anymore?
I mean his safety. He rambled some stuff today that didn't come off as him normally trying to annoy us, almost like a cry for help.
Knowing he never asks for it, that's possible. He's probably in the operating room right now.
His patient is already back in their room, and apparently Randal snapped at Hawks before I saw him at lunch. Nobody has seen him.
Oh God, you're probably right. He almost never breaks from his routine. I don't remember him ever taking a sick day.
Try vacation time. He hasn't used any of it since starting here and told me he planned to sell it so he could open a private practice.
All right. Well, knowing him, he's probably finally realizing he's unhinged and plans to hide for a few days until his ego heals.
If you happen to hear or see him, let me know. I just hope he's somewhere safe.